Spooky, scary merchandise is available at Bromart. Hello everyone, welcome to the Spooky Nintendo Villains tier list video extravaganza. Welcome, we're in Animal Crossing once again as we do this tier list opinion thing. I just love coming to Animal Crossing and voicing my opinions here because I feel like it's fitting. And it's like, I don't know, it's fun to just go to Animal Crossing, just go to my little spot and rank these villains. I don't really, I don't know, I tried to do the best I could with a costume thing, but I couldn't really do a lot because I don't know, there doesn't seem to be a lot of Nintendo costumes in the game, and it was kind of hard for me to think of like spooky Nintendo villains. This list was a lot harder to pull off than you might think, because a lot of the Nintendo villains, like, I guess it's a surprise to no one, there's not a lot of spooky Nintendo stuff because it is a series for kids. But yeah, I think I only have like 44 villains on here. I think the thing is that a lot of stuff in Nintendo games is spooky for sure, but not a lot of it involves villains. So that's kind of like what I tried to like stray away from. I was getting a lot of recommendations because I went on Twitter, Discord, everywhere for everyone to recommend me villains. And people were recommending me like things in general, and I'm like, oh, that's not a villain though, you know? But I also tried not to make it so one franchise got dominated, so otherwise this series would pretty much just be Metroid and probably followed by Kirby. So, also, disclaimer ahead of time, there's a lot of these characters that I do not know, so I will be judging on their aesthetics more than anything. I do know some of these, but most of them I do not know. So, yeah, I'm just gonna do my best to, be fair, and if you don't see a spooky villain on this list, I'm sorry. I did, like, ask everyone on Twitter and Discord, hey, send me your spooky villain. So, if you want to make sure I'm more on it, just recommend them to me on Twitter or Discord, just so I don't miss any. But feel free to comment them as well, and I'll gladly give you my opinion on them. Even if it's not a villain, why not? Yeah, I think that's fair. Alrighty, so I am here. Let's get started on this list. I'm going to be doing it a little bit easier than last time, because I think last time I straight up just edited the tier list and then just took photos of it. I'm not going to be doing that this time. Instead, I'm just going to be recording me on my computer, scrolling and putting these villains into their proper places. I think this will make it a lot faster too, so this video can actually come out at a decent time. So, alrighty, let's get started. Okay, so here we are. It doesn't look like these villains are separated from series, so yeah, that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Yeah, I got some Mario scattered in here, some Fire Emblem, some stuff. Let's go. Starting with, I think their name is Antasma? This one right here? Well, I want to have them on the screen. I'll put them in B right now, just so you could see them better. What do I think of that villain? That's a spooky villain for sure. I believe they're from Dream Team, Mario and Luigi Dream Team. I think they're a pretty good personification of a spooky villain, for sure. Yeah, I really like them. Unfortunately, I haven't played their game that much, but their fight looked pretty cool from what I've seen. So, I don't know if I want to put them in S, because I feel like S might get a little bit too clustered. How about this? Because from design alone, I can put them in S. I remember this villain turned into bats. You're awesome, You're staying in S rank, my dude. Yes, that is Antasma from Mario and Luigi Dream Team. Yeah, good villain. And then this is Paper Mario villain. I forgot what your name is. And if I scroll over you, it doesn't tell me. He is Dementia from Paper Mario. I've never played Super Paper Mario, I believe it is. Yes, I've never played Super Paper Mario. I believe my only knowledge of Paper Mario is the Paper Mario from Thousand Year Door, and even then I didn't even beat that one, so my Paper Mario knowledge is a little limited, but I do really like the series. I mean, geez, I wanted Paper Mario and Smash for crying out loud. Just judging from what I see... Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna put spoilers... Yeah, because there could be twist villains on here. So in the description, I'm gonna be putting, like, the series that I cover and, like, possible spoilers for those series. So, yeah, just in case you don't really know what goes on with Dementia or any of these villains, just gonna you know, yeah, just make sure to check the description and see if you're not getting something spoiled that you want to see. But yeah, Dementia looks pretty spooky. He does like a weird thing with Luigi from what I see. Yeah, that's kind of, interesting. Yeah, he looks fairly weird. He doesn't look like the spookiest thing ever, but he does look fairly spooky. I feel comfortable putting him in A. And again, I never played the game. I'm just judging him based on his aesthetic. So, you know, I might be biased towards the stuff I played. Let's see. Oh, cool. King Boo. King Boo. What do I think of good old King Boo? Sorry if it throws you off that he's, you know, all the villains that I'm talking about are being ranked in B. That's not... I just put it here just so you could see him better. Yeah, King Boo. So, the thing is, when it comes to these spooky lists, what I really do mean spooky. Scary does not mean spooky, in my opinion. If something is truly disturbing, but it doesn't have, like, a lot of fun to it, I don't really put it high up, but yeah, so spooky attests to kind of like fun scary kind of thing. You know, everyone knows what spooky is. King Boo has to go in S rank because, I mean, it's a Boo. Boos are amazing. Like, they got the Gengar flair to them. Like, I don't know, like, they're cute, they're spooky, you know. Are they scary? No, not really. Unless you're talking about, like, the Dark King Boo, with, like, the red eyes and stuff, but... yeah, I don't know. Just like that is like the personification of what spooky means to me. Just a cute little ghost. He's trying to be scary. He got a big tongue. I do like Kid Boo. Kid Boo. King Boo. I do like King Boo. And he is the main antagonist of Luigi's Mansion. I forgot about that. I always do, because I always think it's one of those, like, human ghosts, right? The painting ghosts. But no, it's literally King Boo. King Boo is the main antagonist, so pretty interesting. Marx. I only know Marx from Smash Brothers, really, but just from what I see, everyone says Marx is really scary in the Kirby games, or spooky or whatever. Yeah, just judging from him, he does look pretty, you know, he does look like he can be scary, especially if you're kind of playing, like, a little friendly game like Kirby. I feel like I'll probably put Marx in A, because he does have more of the scary factor to him, but he is decently spooky. I don't know. Again, it's not going to be like a hard opinion where it's like, oh, you're scary, you're not spooky, but I try to make it kind of interchangeable. Yeah, Marx is pretty cool. Yeah, just judging from what I see in Smash Brothers, I'm like, man, what a weird, like, creepy villain, you know? Yeah, very, very interesting. Apparently he, like, betrays you or something, and he was, like, nice in the beginning. So I imagine that twist was probably really weird for kids growing up, because I think he was probably, like, a really cute thing before he became that. So, yeah, very, very interesting. Very interesting. And it's interesting to know that Kirby goes there, because it's such a cute game on the surface, you know, and you wouldn't expect it to go those places. Okay, this is probably, in my opinion, one of the actual scarier villains on this list. Hegemon Edelgard from Fire Emblem Three Houses. So I wanted to put some Fire Emblem characters on here because I love Fire Emblem, and Three Houses is like my favorite game on Switch. So yeah, Hegemon Edelgard, I think it is. It's like a form Edelgard takes when she, like, what was it? I don't know. She, like, absorbs a crest stone or something, and then she becomes a monster. Honestly, on terms of the spooky factor, I'll put her in C. But she really is more scary than spooky. Like, when I first saw this character, I was like, oh man, you're really, like, ugh, you know? I feel like I'm gonna put her in C because at least she is scary. If they're not scary or spooky, I will put them in, like, D. But she has the scary factor. She's not really spooky, she's just scary. Yeah, she's definitely the most disturbing villain from Three Houses when she undergoes this form. And yes, I am referring to Edelgard as a villain because I try to go the opinion of, like, okay, regardless of what you think of their morality, all three lords can be villains, kinda, depending on what route you take. I'm not, you know, saying that's just like, oh, Edelgard's just straight up a villain, you know, even though I kinda think she is for the most part. But, yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to be fair here. So, yeah, Hegemon Edelgard, really scary force and really disturbing force in Three Houses, so I wanted to make sure I included her. Cyrus. I was recommended Cyrus. I forgot who recommended, but yeah, Cyrus can be a bit disturbing in his own right. He is from Diamond and Pearl. He essentially wants to destroy the universe and then make one without emotions or something like that. He has some crazy ambitions. On terms of being spooky, he's not really spooky. He's not even really all that scary. I think just D is good for Cyrus, because the thing is that he ranked, so I think that's kind of reward enough. I don't really find him spooky or scary. I do find him eerie and slightly intimidating, but nothing really much there. It was kind of hard because I did want to do Pokemon representation, but it was hard because a lot of people were recommending Pokemon themselves, but Pokemon aren't really villains unless you go for a very specific... Like, Pokemon themselves. I'm not talking about the human characters. But yeah, Pokemon themselves aren't really villains, you know? So it was kind of hard to, like, quantify that. Like, there are a lot of spooky Pokemon, but they're not villains. They're not villainous. So, yeah, I think there's only like 2 more Pokemon on this list. Yeah, so... just telling you guys there. Chain Chomp, this is actually one that I thought of last minute, because I was going to add Dry Bones to the list, and I was like, oh yeah, Chain Chomp. So... As a kid, I thought Chain Chomp was actually pretty intimidating. I think Chain Chomp will actually go to B. I think that's fair. I think he is a little spooky. It's not the spookiest thing ever. He's a little scary, not the scariest thing ever. I think he's middle of the road. I think he's perfectly middle of the road, Chain Chomp. I don't know. He does maintain his intimidation factor throughout all the games. He's pretty much as scary as he is in the original 8-bit as he is in the new stuff, because he does a lot of damage, and, you know, it just, look at him. He's just a ball attached to a chain with teeth, and just the sound he makes, like, there's just a lot of weirdness with Chain Chomp, and he's just consistently kind of a scary factor in the games, you know, because he's always strong. That's the thing, he is always strong, so, yeah, that's why I added him to the list. Darkrai. So again, like I just said, Pokemon aren't usually villains. So if it was Darkrai by himself, I probably wouldn't have added him to the list, even though he fits the aesthetic perfectly. But I believe Willow, from Discord, Willow suggested Darkrai because Darkrai is the main antagonist, well, main antagonist of Part 2, in Explorers of Darkness, Time, and Sky. So... He is a villain in that, you know. I'm sure a lot of people are like thinking of the Darkrai movie. It's like, no, Darkrai, he's misunderstood. Yes, that Darkrai is misunderstood. The one in Mystery Dungeon is straight up a villain. So yeah, I think it's fair to put Darkrai in S rank because Darkrai is like, he's scary. But he is also very spooky. That design just screams spooky to me. Like, Darkrai is definitely one of the coolest designed Pokemon ever. I really love Darkrai. Just his whole gimmick of, like, he's like a nightmare Pokemon and he puts you to sleep. His move, Dark Void, which can hit, like, 2 Pokemon and it was, like, banned. Yeah, Darkrai is awesome. And he is spooky. Like, just, he hits all the marks. There's a lot of people who think Darkrai is their, well, I mean, who have the opinion, not think, that Darkrai is their favorite Pokemon. And I kind of see why. Like, Darkrai is really awesome. So, yeah, I really see why. Andros. I forgot who recommended Andros, but Andros, yeah. So, this is the only transparent image I could find of Andros. I tried to find transparent images of all of them, but in hindsight, I probably should have just went with the head. Because Andros is like a head in Star Fox. Yeah, I always thought, you know, I'll put him in A rank, I think. In A rank? Yeah, sure. Because he is weird, like that giant head in the sky. And, you know, he's like an ape or whatever. It's like, you know, I don't know. Just, I don't like seeing Andros. Yeah, the giant head Andros. That being said, I don't really have a lot of experience with Andros. I don't really play Star Fox ever. It's kind of funny. The only thing I know Andros from is actually from the YouTube series A Fox in Space, which, by the way, if you haven't seen A Fox in Space, I highly recommend it. I think it's only like 15 minutes long. It's one of my favorite YouTube videos ever. Like, it is ridiculously cool. Like, it feels like an Adult Swim special or something. It is really cool. And Andros in that is he's kind of made out more to be like a mafia leader than anything, which I love. So it kind of ruined Andros in the main series for me, because Andros is just a big stupid head. So, But yeah, but whenever I see footage of Andross, I'm like, ugh, why is there just a giant ape head in the sky that Star Fox has to shoot at? It's really weird. Cackletta. So, spoilers, but I think I put every single Mario and Luigi RPG villain on this list. Cackletta is pretty spooky. I think I'll put him in B. Yeah, I feel like that's about right. Yeah, Cackletta, not the scariest, not the spookiest, but does a lot of spooky stuff. Probably one of the most weirdest things Cackletta well, no, there's a couple things. Okay, there's like that weird sprite that Cackletta makes when she like fights you for the first time, and it's like, oh, geez, what's wrong, you know? She also possessed Bowser to create Bowletta. Wait, is it Bowletta? Or is it... Okay, oh, I got Bowletta mixed up with Bowsette. I'm like, wait, wasn't Bowletta the name of the black dress Bowser waifu? Yeah. There's Bowletta, which Bowletta is actually pretty scary. So, wait, should I judge her based on Bowletta? I don't know. I feel like S rank and A rank may get oversaturated, so I'll just keep her in B. And then she also has like the weird soul thing at the end. Yeah, Cackletta earns her spot in B rank, I think. Yeah. And just looking at her design, she just screams like Mario Witch, you know? So, Dark Bowser. So, originally I wasn't gonna put more than one Bowser form on here, because there are like 2 more forms of Bowser on here. But I just kind of thought, I'm like, you know what? We could use another Bowser form. So, Dark Bowser. I don't really know much about Dark Bowser. Unfortunately, I'd never played Bowser's Inside Story, even though people say it's like one of the... It's either the best one, that or Partners in Time. But just judging from the aesthetic of Dark Bowser, yeah, you look pretty cool. I'll put you in C rank. Yeah, why not? C rank. Wait, do I want to put you in C rank? Because you're not really all that spooky. Maybe D rank? Maybe? Oh, man. Because the thing is, I only have the aesthetic to judge from. I don't know Dark Bowser's story. It probably isn't the most complicated thing ever. Yeah. Though, the only thing I've seen of Dark Bowser is the final boss, because the final boss gives us into the final, I believe the song is, and it's legitimately an awesome song. It's even in Smash Brothers, that's how good it is. But yeah, just judging from the aesthetics, I don't think Dark Bowser's probably the most, like, deep dive villain ever. Don't worry, there's gonna be representation for another villain from that list from Bowser's Inside Story in this list. So, yeah, we'll just put Dark Bowser in D. Yeah, I feel like that's fair. Dark Samus. Okay, so I do know what Dark Samus is. Consistently, yeah, very, very interesting villain. It's not a parasite. It's like this weird, like, what was it? Like an alien that, like, replicates Samus or something. It's very interesting. I think Dark Samus could go in... Let's put Dark Samus in A, actually. I feel like that's fair. I don't know anything about Metroid. I'm just gonna say it out loud. But just from what I see about Dark Samus, and just from what I read about Dark Samus... yeah, Dark Samus is a very intimidating foe in the Metroid series. Metroid, again, might end up dominating this list. Yeah, Dark Samus is actually pretty spooky, in my opinion. Darkon. I think every Smash Brothers villain might be on this list as well. What do I think of Darkon? Darkon... we'll put Darkon in D. It does feel like it's just like, look at me, I'm darkness, I'm scary, blah, spooky, and all that. It's just kind of like, okay, you know, it's very basic. It's like, you know, it's like, okay, that's darkness. That's it. I don't know. There's not a lot to Darkon, but I did feel like I'm like, okay, you deserve to be on the list, because you are trying, so, yeah. Not to mention Darkon also shares the spot with Galeem, so it's kind of weird to put Darkon on the list, but not Galeem. But the thing is, Galeem is, like, really pretty and stuff, so... Not to mention, I'm not sure if I like Darkon's role in the game, you know, because Galeem looks, like, really creative and stuff, and Darkon's just, like, a bunch of thorns, so, I don't know. Dry Bones. So Dry Bones, oh man, I don't like how it cut off Dry Bones' head. We're gonna put Dry Bones in S. Yeah, Dry Bones is like, he has that boo flair, I think. Just a classic Mario villain thing. And yeah, it's just a Koopa, but it's bones. It's pretty spooky, you know? It's not the scariest, but it's pretty spooky. And I do like Dry Bones. I do like Dry Bones a lot. Probably one of my favorite Mario villains. My favorite is actually Blooper, you know, for like the species or whatever. But Dry Bones, like, consistently is after that. Like, Dry Bones is always the one that gets like the Mario Kart slot or the Mario Party slot. Not Blooper, so I always have to go for Dry Bones. But I do love Dry Bones, I do. Gigas, or yeah, it's Giygas. I do know a fair bit about Gigas because I was watching like Earthbound reviews and stuff like that. Is Gigas scary or spooky? That's rough because the thing is, Gigas throughout the entirety of Earthbound is like built up as this like force. It's not even really like a villain, but more just like a negative force kind of thing going on, and it is admittedly more scary than it is spooky, but it is also very spooky. Judging from the spooky factor, again, not the scary factor. I might go for S rank. I feel like people would get on me if I don't put him in S rank. So Gigas is done ridiculously well in Earthbound, and I kind of just have to respect that. You know, he has probably one of my favorite songs from Earthbound, which is Porky or Pokey Means Business. I recommend anyone to go listen to that song, because it is kind of like a mind-blowing song for, like, what was it, SNES? Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Pokey Means Business. But yeah, Gigas is like, man, what a trippy villain for Earthbound. I've never played Earthbound. I do want to play it one day, because I do hear Undertale kind of got a lot of its aesthetic from Earthbound, so yeah, I don't know. I just have to give the respect to Gigas. Yeah, S rank for Gigas. Even though I will say it is more spooky. No, it is more scary than it is spooky. But I just wanted to show it its proper respect. Okay, this thing is called SAX, presumably short for Samus Aran X, main antagonist of Metroid Fusion. It is an X-parasite mimicking Samus Aran's power suit. It looks kind of just like a lighter version of Dark Samus, in my opinion. You know what? I may just keep it in B. Honestly, I feel like the creepiest thing about SAX is kind of the parasite factor, and also the eyes. Because when you look at the eyes, there's like nothing there. There's no pupils or anything. Yeah, I feel like just it's a dumbed down version of Dark Samus, just aesthetically from what I see. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, it does sound very scary, especially how it works in the game. But I just think Dark Samus probably accomplishes that a lot more. Again, sorry, there's probably Metroid fans out there who are like, what? SAX is way scarier than Dark Samus. Yeah, this is just judging from aesthetics. I'm not saying it's not, you know, I'm not saying it's not good or anything. Like I said, if they made the list, then they deserve, like, credit, because this was hard to decide, and I didn't just throw any Nintendo villain on this list. Even if they're in D, that means they are spooky, so, yeah. Yeah, SAX, yeah, we'll put him in B. We'll put him in B. Why not? Okay, so this is gonna be kind of tough, because I wanted to put, okay, I mean, spoilers for Fire Emblem Awakening. I mean, you should already know, because I already put it in the description. But Robin, essentially. Grima, Fell Dragon, Robin. And I also have Grima on this list, too? I don't know which one to show. We'll probably put Robin back down here or something. Yeah, we'll probably represent Robin with Grima. So the reason I put Grima on this list is because, one, I just wanted more Fire Emblem representation, and two, Grima is a very intimidating force in Fire Emblem Awakening. It essentially destroyed Lucina's home in a timeline, which caused Lucina to go back in time to defeat Grima, or help her father defeat Grima, or whatever she was trying to do. Yeah, Grima's pretty intimidating. Is it more scary than spooky? Yeah, but you know what? I think Grima deserves probably A rank just for the fact that, yeah, it did destroy Lucina's timeline, essentially. It did go full Dragon Ball Z Cell villain there for a second. Yeah, Grima, man. And the thing is, I feel like when Grima is Robin, you know? Like, I feel like Grima as Robin is more spooky than anything, so I feel like it evens out. Yeah, we'll put Grima in... Am I just being biased here? Because I feel like I could put it in B rank. No, it's more intimidating than Cackletta. It's more spooky. Okay, yeah, we're gonna put Grima in A rank. Why not? Sorry, like I said, I'll probably make some bad calls here because it's just like wait. But that's more scary than spooky. Sorry, I don't. Fawful. Okay, Fawful, you're just gonna go straight to S rank, my dude. I don't even need to think about it. Fawful is probably the most famous villain from the Mario and Luigi RPG series, in my opinion. Yeah, very good villain. And that design screams spooky to me. Just the big, like, smile and, like, the creepy glasses. And just the fact that Fawful has a consistent, like, appearance in the series. Well, maybe not consistent. He's in the first one as, like, a henchman. He's in the second one as an Easter egg. And he's in the third one as the main antagonist. There's a lot of forms that Fawful takes, and they're pretty spooky as well. Yeah, you know what? He is the definition of a spooky villain, in my opinion, and he can be intimidating when he wants to be, which, looking at him, you wouldn't think so, but I think that's always the most spooky stuff, is, when they don't look like they can be an intimidating force, but then they turn out to be one. So, yeah, Fawful, easy S rank, easy. Okay, how many villains have we done? 6, 5, 3... Okay, I don't even think we're halfway done yet. Hopefully this tier list adjusts to be smaller, because it's gonna get flooded really quick. So, I don't know why I put this here. It's the game over screen from Donkey Kong Country. I always just, as a kid, this always freaked me out. So, we're gonna put it... Do I even rank this? Do I even rank it? As a kid, it really freaked me out. As an adult, it decently freaks me out, because the music is weird and eerie. We're gonna put it in A rank. I know, people are gonna be like, what on earth are you doing? No, for real, go check out that game over screen. It's really weird. I don't like it. It's really eerie. Oh man, and poor Ganondorf got cut off here, but I think everyone knows what Ganondorf looks like. Though I will say it is funny, because it's just like his, like, lower body hair, and it's just very uncomfortable. You know what, we're keeping it like that. Ganondorf, what do I think of Ganondorf? Is he a spooky villain? Yes, Ganondorf is a very spooky villain. Okay, maybe not very, but he is a spooky villain. I think I'd put Ganondorf in A, just because there's just so many Ganondorfs, you know? And they're consistently a force of terrible nature in Hyrule, and they got Pig Ganon, too. There's just a lot that Ganondorf can do. I don't think Ganondorf ever goes full scary spooky mode, but he does have a lot of intimidating forms and a lot of intimidating things that he does, so I feel comfortable putting Ganondorf in A rank. Yeah, he definitely feels more like a character than like spooky force of nature, but yeah, I don't know. I guess the thing is that, like, it depends which Ganondorf, because if it was Calamity Ganon, I might have put S rank, but Ganondorf, I'm trying to, like, average them all out into one person, you know? Ganon, Ganondorf, Pig Ganon, Calamity Ganon. So I feel like, on average, Ganondorf is A. Yeah, I feel like that's fair. Giga Bowser. So I put Giga Bowser on this list because, man, the original Melee Giga Bowser was a very intimidating foe. I think I'll put him in B. Yeah, I think B's fine. Giga Bowser... I think he maintained his kind of spooky appearance in Brawl, but not by too much. And then after that, Smash 4 and Ultimate, he kind of lost his, like, dark coloring or whatever. But I think he's consistently a pretty spooky foe. I don't know, just the teeth and, like, the spikes, it's just like, oof. Apparently, I don't know if this is true, but apparently, like, Sakurai, why he made Giga Bowser was, like, that was his original interpretation of Bowser, just judging from the 8-bit version. And that's very interesting, because he does... The original Bowser from, like, the 8-bit games do, like, look intimidating, and you do have to, like, kind of use your imagination there. You know, like, yeah, it does look like very sharp teeth, very sharp spikes. But now Bowser just looks like, you know, he's cute. But yeah, that Bowser is like, yeah, that seems like the interpretation of Bowser where it's like, no, this is an intimidating villain. So yeah, very interesting, very interesting. Giga Bowser has always been like, yeah, consistently like, whoa for me. So Geratina, I hesitate to put Geratina on this list, but I just thought, screw it. I'm gonna put Geratina with Hegemon Edelgard, I think. It's spooky, but it's not, like, the spookiest thing ever. It's not really all that scary, either. Well, geez. But, okay, he is admittedly more spooky than Cyrus. I remember that, like, one scene in Pokemon Platinum when he, like, comes out of the portal, and he, like, extends his wings, and and it looks like ink falling off, and then he has a jump scare. He has a legitimate jump scare in a Pokemon game. And yeah, there's just a lot with Geratina that's pretty scary, you know, in that game. It does fade very quick, but I don't know. His design, man, you know, Geratina's a classic, and yeah, I think the big question is, you know, he's not really a villain. It's more just of an antagonistic force. But to be fair, someone did bring this up. It's like, remember the Pokedex where Geratina was banned to the Distortion World for his violence? And I'm like, yeah, there is sort of a villainous thing going on there. So I felt it was okay to put Geratina on the list. Yeah, Geratina, man. Geratina's awesome. But the reason it's not going up higher is I just don't think it's a villainous force. If it was straight up a villain in like Mystery Dungeon or something like that, it might be like B rank, but yeah, I feel like C rank is fine for it. Which makes the second C rank here. C rank is a weird rank, it looks like. Because, again, the reason Hegemon Edelgard isn't up higher is because I just think Hegemon Edelgard is just more scary than spooky. Like, there's nothing spooky about Hegemon Edelgard. It's just a very eerie thing in Three Houses, you know? Hades. So, I just have to judge straight up from aesthetics here. Yeah, there's not really a lot I know about Hades. Aesthetically, let's put Hades in B. Yeah, I feel like that's fair. I guess Hades has, like, spooky plans or whatever. Hades is from Kid Icarus Uprising. And people do like Hades from what I see. So, I'm just gonna put him in B just out of respect. I don't, like I said, I don't really know a lot about Hades. I just know his plan is kind of like, whoa, you know? And I know his aesthetic is like, whoa! So, yeah, very cool, spooky aesthetic he has going on, so I just gotta respect that. I do not know you. What's your name again? Highness, also titled the Officiant of Doom, is a character from the Kirby series, the main antagonist of Kirby's Star Allies. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a very weird force. I'll probably put you in D. Again, no disrespect, but yeah, just judging from what I see, it just has the creepy eyes, really, you know, and that's really all there is to it, you know, and in a way you can kind of view him as a bit cute too, from what I see. Probably the spookiest thing is he does look like he wears a cloak, and then he like takes off. It's like, whoa, wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I feel like you probably should go in D. Why not? D's fine, yeah. You know, in hindsight, am I being biased towards Geratina? I should probably put Geratina in D as well. Yeah, I feel like that's fair. Yeah, Highness. Yeah, there's not really a lot. I'm just judging based on aesthetics. I feel like there are spookier forces on this list, so that's why he's probably gonna go low here. Yeah, not really a lot to say. I've never played Kirby, so. King K. Rool. So, it's like King K. Rool kept popping up for me, because I keep remembering his game over, and I kept seeing him in Google searches and stuff. So I just thought, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna put him on this list. This King K. Rool is specifically from the game over in Nintendo, the Nintendo 64, Donkey Kong Country. Wait, no, what was it? Wait, what is it? Donkey Kong 64, duh, why did they call it Donkey Kong Country? Yeah, if you get the game over, he like blows up the island. I think he is pretty intimidating there. That being said, just based on like how much he does, probably C rank, because that's really it. It does leave an impression, but yeah, King K. Rool, he has that weird creepy Nintendo 64 graphics red eye, which he does have in future appearances, but it's definitely the most intimidating King K. Rool has ever been. It's actually really funny because the Donkey Kong villains on this list, there's not a lot. And I'm just judging them based on like game over stuff. I mean, one isn't even really a villain, it's just the concept of game over itself. But I did feel fair. I'm like, okay, you know what, King K. Rool, you did kind of freak me out as a kid when I died in Donkey Kong 64, so you get to be on this list. Though I will say, it is kind of cursed that King K. Rool is next to Hegemon Edelgard. Helen Gravely. So, it looks like Helen Gravely is, one of the two main antagonists of Luigi's Mansion 3. Okay, that's fair. Wait, her name is likely a reference to Hell and Graves. Oh, really? Huh, I just kind of caught the Graves part, but not the Hell part. Helen Gravely. That's a pretty spooky force. Again, I feel so bad because I don't know anything about Helen Gravely, really. I'm just going based on, like, Google and just the aesthetic. Oh, yeah, Helen has, like, this weird face she does, and... I feel like I wouldn't want to fight this foe. Oh, and then she also has, like, King Boo on her side, and King Boo's kind of freaky. You know what? I'll be fair. Alright, Helen, you're going in A rank. Yeah, I feel like that is a very, very spooky design. So, yeah, that's fair. I'll put you in A rank. Why not? I never played Luigi's Mansion 3. I only played the first one. Never got around to playing Dark Moon either. So, yeah, I originally was gonna get Luigi's Mansion 3, but I heard it wasn't really that good. Yeah, so, I don't know, that's just what I hear anyway. But yeah, Helen, you deserve your spot on this list, I think. Just judging from what I see, I'm sure in the game you're a lot, like, you know, you have a lot of presence. But yeah, just from the screenshots, you look like you were a pretty spooky villain, so, yeah, Luigi's Mansion rep. Majora's Wrath, again, it cuts off. Majora's Wrath is really spooky. I'm gonna put Majora's Wrath in S. Yeah, geez. Like, I know Majora's Mask is, like, one of the more spookier entries in Zelda, if not the spookiest entry. Yeah, I think Majora's Mask / Wrath, or whatever one of its forms is, it does capture, like, the Halloween essence and, like, the spooky factor. It is scary, but it is very spooky as well, so I feel like S rank is a good place for Majora's Wrath. Or, you know, just the concept of Majora's Mask itself. In hindsight, I probably should have just put the mask on this list, and it was just the end-all be-all, because I feel like everyone would just know. It's like, oh yeah, just everything revolving Majora's Mask. I never beat Majora's Mask, but yeah, just judging from, like, what I played of, like, the remake, it is a very eerie game. Very eerie. Wait, did I put the Termina Moon on here? I forget. But yeah, very eerie Zelda game. Yeah, very hard, too. I could never, like, even begin to complete it. So. Master Hand. I remember as a kid, Master Hand kind of freaked me out. But nowadays, it just, like, it got domesticated, essentially. I'm gonna put Master Hand in C. Yeah, we'll put it in C. Because, you know, I know, like, it's like, oh, wait, how'd it rank up higher than Darkon? Well, the thing is, I feel like Master Hand is still intimidating. And for me, when something is simpler, and it could kind of, like, get its point across better than something that's, like, over-designed, then I feel like that's better, you know? I think that's why I like the game over screen from Donkey Kong Country the most, because it's just that. It's just that picture with eerie music, but your imagination starts to play with it, you know? Not to mention, like, when I played Super Smash Bros. 64 as a kid, like, when Master Hand showed up and it did, like, that weird compressed laugh, I'm like, ugh, you know? And it's just a weird, creepy hand. Like, what else is there to say? I feel like Master Hand earns a spot in C rank. Like I said, Master Hand has definitely lost his presence over the years. He's definitely not as spooky or scary as he was before. But this is just out of respect for the original Master Hand, and, you know, Master Hand is a consistent force in Super Smash Bros., so gotta give respect to him. Master Core. You know what, Master Core? I will put you in B rank. I love Smash 4. Like, I don't know if I've mentioned this on streams or whatever, but I guess we're gonna seal it in blood right now. But Smash 4 is actually, like, I think my favorite single-player Smash Brothers. I know, like, people are gonna be like, what? Brawl and, like, World of Light and stuff? Okay, but the thing is, my experience with Smash 4 kind of makes it my favorite, because that's the one I played the most. Like, I did Crazy Orders, Master Orders, you know, Master Core, Classic Mode, all that jazz. And Smash Ultimate, I don't really like World of Light, and the Subspace Emissary, I never owned Brawl. So, I played it a lot with my junior high friends, but yeah, Smash 4 is kind of like my favorite, like, single player, just from, like, what I played. Like, I played the crap out of it. And Smash Ultimate doesn't really hold a candle to that, in my opinion. Smash Ultimate's a better game, by far, but Smash 4, man, it was so good. And I remember just trying to beat Master Core so often. Master Core has so many intimidating, spooky forms to him, like the swords and the weird beast thing. Oh god, and don't even get me started on Master Fortress. That was the worst thing ever. Oh my god. Like, I could never beat it. Ever. I mean, one time, it was ridiculous. Like, I think I was Lucario, and I was literally like... Well, yeah, because you get the healing thing, it brings you to 0. I had full stocks, and I still couldn't beat Master Fortress. That was ridiculous. Oh my god, yeah. Master Core, you earned your spot in the B rank, my friend. And it is spooky. It is a very spooky thing. It's like this weird Ash kind of thing going on, and I kind of dig it. Yeah, I really like Master Core. Okay, Mother Beast Lusamine. We'll put Mother Beast Lusamine in C, because she does get her point across more than the D rank villains, in my opinion. But she isn't, like, the spookiest thing ever. It's just when it happens, you're like, whoa. Like, a fusion of, like, a person and a Pokemon, essentially. That's weird, you know? And a lot of people say that the disappointing factor comes in that you can't fight Mother Beast Lusamine, like, it's still a Pokemon battle. I sort of agree. That would have actually been a very unique thing for Pokemon to do, but I see why they didn't do it, because you would essentially be fighting a person. So, yeah, Mother Beast Lusamine. When it happened in the game, it was very eerie. I was just like, whoa, I've never seen a Pokemon fuse with a human. Like, that's so weird. I love her design, the tentacle thing going on. Fun fact, if you actually look closer, she kind of looks like a shiny Minior. It's kind of funny, and I love shiny Minior. But it's a bit irrelevant, because Minior isn't spooky at all. But yeah, Mother Beast Lusamine, yeah, holy crap, man. Like, she's awesome. Again, she's not really all that scary. She's pretty spooky, but not, like, the spookiest thing ever. So I feel like D is a good, or C is a good place for her. Yeah, I don't know, I like her a lot. Plus her theme, man. Her theme is very intense, I would say. Mamuta. Oh, it's not transparent. Oh, great, what a ripoff. Mamuta from Pikmin. We'll put you in D. I feel like that's fair. It just looks like an intimidating foe from Pikmin that's probably super hard to fight. Pikmin does get randomly intimidating, but again, it's more intimidating than it is spooky or scary, in my opinion. Because the thing is, you're so small, so everything is going to appear intimidating, you know? Like, just a Bulborb would look intimidating. And the thing is, Bulborbs aren't even scary, you know? Yeah, I'll put you in D. I feel like that's fair, yeah. Yeah, there's not really much else to say, because the thing is that that's probably just all there is to it. It's probably just that design, and he probably just crushes your Pikmin, you know? Yeah, I feel like that's fair. Not too much to say. Oh, I cut it off again. I'm sorry. So this is a Redead from Legend of Zelda. Very spooky foe. I'm gonna put the Redead in A rank, because it is a consistently spooky foe in Zelda. And yeah, man, it is a scary foe. Yeah, gotta say. And it does have that spooky factor to him. I mean, it goes to show, like, just how good of, like, a spooky, scary villain it is, because it's not even a big villain. It's just like an enemy, you know? Ocarina of Time has a lot of those, which I didn't want to flood it with Ocarina of Time in specific, but yeah, the Redead. I wanted to make sure I get the Redead on here, because the Redead is a Yeah, ugh. And that scream it has, when I first saw it, I couldn't even believe what I was seeing. Like, I'm just like, wow, this is really scary for this game. And then he like jumps on you and you can't like get him off. Ugh, man, creepy. Princess Shroob. This is the main antagonist from Mario and Luigi's Partners in Time. I played a bit of it, but not a lot. But to be fair, I feel like I got enough of the context behind Princess Shroob to know what she's all about. She's like an alien queen, essentially. She's not like a clone of Peach at all or anything like that. She's Princess Shroob. She has like a kind of a big buff form, essentially, too. I'm gonna put Princess Shroob in... You know what? We're gonna put Princess Shroob in S rank. Just... The concept behind Princess Shroob is pretty eerie enough. It's got a very eerie design to her, too. Very spooky design. Honestly, now I'm actually looking at it, Mario might dominate S rank. Because I think, like, Mario does its best at creating, like, spooky villains and not necessarily, like, scary villains, if that makes sense. But Princess Shroob also abducts, like, a lot of people, like, alien invasion status. And it does get, like, very haunting. Like, especially when you go to the towns that have been abducted by the Shroobs, it is very spooky. So, yeah, Princess Shroob, you have earned your spot on this list as well. I wonder if every Mario and Luigi final antagonist is gonna get this. Oh, wait, no, because Cackleta's in B rank, duh. Fury Bowser. Yeah, I'll put Fury Bowser in C. It's more of an intimidating force than anything. It's not really spooky. It's not really scary, but it is intimidating. And to be fair, I think Fury Bowser is a lot more intimidating than these people down here in D. Admittedly, I don't really know a lot about Fury Bowser. He is from Bowser's Fury, was it like the 3D World remake or something like that, or the port? Yeah, he looks awesome. I will say that, but there's not really a lot to him. He just looks intimidating, and just judging from the gameplay, I'm like, yeah, that is an intimidating foe. But I feel like just Giga Bowser gets it a lot more than Fury Bowser. You know, Fury Bowser's a lot more, like, intimidating. Giga Bowser's like, oh, like, you know, if that thing showed up, I'll be like, oh no, get away from me, you know? So that's my opinion on that anyway. Squanchini from Kirby's Epic Yarn. I forgot who recommended Squanchini to me. I've never played Kirby's Epic Yarn, and it doesn't look like there's a lot to Squanchini. I'm looking at, like, Google Images and stuff. It looks very basic, not gonna lie. But, I mean, it's cute. It's got the spooky factor to him. But the thing is, there's not really a lot to him from what I see. I don't know, just judging from aesthetics, I put him in B. He does look very spooky. I love it. You know, the Halloween aesthetic, all that, I love that. But there's not really much to him from what I see. You know, and I try to go through Google Images. I try to see if people, like, you know, pull up scenes of him and stuff like that. And I know it is a very biased take where it's like, oh, I haven't played it, so I'm going to put it in D. I'm just, you know, like I said, if it's on the list, it deserves, you know, it deserves credit. But, yeah, I don't know. He's cute. He's cute. There's just, I don't know. Like, it's not enough to be spooky. I feel like you also kind of have to have a little bit of intimidation factor there. Yeah, I think he's just more cute than anything. Yeah, I feel like that's all there is to be said about Squanchini. Mother Brain. Whew, man, I haven't even played Metroid, but man, just from what I see about Mother Brain, holy smokes, that villain. I'll put Mother Brain in S rank. Yeah, Mother Brain is, man, yeah, oh my goodness, Mother Brain. Very intimidating foe, very spooky foe, very scary foe. There's like a weird dinosaur human form it also takes too, where it's like, get away from me. It's definitely one of the scarier Metroid villains. In fact, it might be the scariest. Yeah, I think it's more scary than Ridley. Yeah, it deserves the S rank. Yeah, Mother Brain. And Mother Brain's a classic too. Like, I feel like a lot of Nintendo fans would like recognize Mother Brain. Like, just like, I haven't even played Metroid. And I know Mother Brain, and I know the respect that Mother Brain deserves, so yeah, S rank for Mother Brain. Ridley. This is going to be really hard, because all that I know about Ridley... I mean, okay, I guess there's not a lot to Ridley. I just know Ridley killed Samus's parents, and you consistently fight Ridley. I know it's a very brutal figure in Metroid. Should I go A rank for Ridley? Because the thing is, I don't feel like it's as spooky as Mother Brain. Not really. I don't know. I never really feel scared by Ridley. But the thing is, I know what Ridley has done. And I know, like, the respect that Ridley has to... You know, I know the respect that Ridley deserves. Yeah, we'll keep Ridley in A rank. I don't know if he breaks into S rank necessarily, because he's not Mother Brain, you know. But I do know what Ridley has done. I do know his design. I do know his boss fights, you know. Ridley deserves that respect, so we'll put him in A rank. Yeah, spooky villain, I'd say. Demise. So this is from Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. I never beat Skyward Sword, but I know pretty much what Demise is. We'll put Demise in... Yeah, you know what? We'll keep him in B. Yeah, I feel like that's fair. B rank for Demise. I guess it's like the original spirit of, like, what? Like, hatred or whatever that, like, Ganondorf will eventually become. I don't know if I like that plot element necessarily, but... You know what? Demise serves its purpose, I'd say. Yeah. And when you actually, like, fight him in Skyward Sword, from what I see of, like, gameplay and stuff, he does look very intimidating. So, yeah, it kind of, like... I don't know, you know, he doesn't reach Ganondorf levels. Like, he may have a more intimidating design, quote-unquote, but the thing is, Ganondorf just does so much more than Demise. And Demise, like I said, I'm not really into the idea of, like, oh, I'm gonna come back as Ganondorf, you know? Yeah, I don't know. Like... I could buy that Ganondorf is, like, his own kind of creation force or whatever. I don't really buy he's like, oh, I'm, like, the spirit of hatred and all that. I don't know. Yeah, Demise, I feel like B rank's fair. I do think Demise is more intimidating than Fury Bowser, but actually, looking at them, they appear very kindred to each other. Huh, very, very interesting. Taboo. This is gonna be interesting. This is from Super Smash Bros. Brawl. What do I think of Taboo? So the original Taboo, probably C rank. Yeah, I feel like Taboo is intimidating enough to make C rank, in my opinion. But that's... Yeah, Taboo never really got scarier for me. It just kind of was like, okay, it's Taboo, you know? And not to mention, you know, whenever I think of Taboo, I just think of Sonic just blowing through its wings, you know, and just destroying them. So... Yeah, I'll put Taboo in C rank. There's not a lot of spookiness or scariness to Taboo. It's just he's an intimidating force in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, but he loses his luster very quick. So, yeah, we'll put him in C rank. Dark Lord from Miitopia. The thing is, he's spooky. He's a fun, spooky thing. I feel like... because he is spooky, and I love to reward spooky things. He's not scary at all. He's just spooky. But then again, he's not the spookiest thing ever. I'm debating D rank. I don't know. Man, that's rough, actually. I don't know. I'll put him in C rank just out of respect for how spooky he is. He is not scary. 0% scary. But he is spooky. He is a spooky force in Miitopia, and he does steal the face of your friends and stuff, you know. He isn't the main antagonist, but he is pretty much the main antagonist for the majority of the game. The main antagonist becomes that weird sun thing or whatever. The Dark Lord serves their purpose. I don't think they're as good as the Find Me villain, but they're okay. And plus, the thing is, you can also make them whoever you want to be, so it really depends on that as well. I like Dark Lord a lot, you know. I just don't know if he's, like, anything scary or anything like that. He's just spooky, and that's pretty much it. And even then, he's not even the spookiest thing ever, so. Titan Dweevil from Pikmin. I remember Titan Dweevil was, like, a massive, like, scary force as a kid, for me. Yeah, as a kid. The Pikmin and all that. Wow, we're actually approaching the end of the tier list. Crazy. Yeah, Titan Dweevil. I think Titan Dweevil is very intimidating, especially when you're playing Pikmin. I may put Titan Dweevil in A rank. Yeah, just because when you're fighting it, it's like, man, this is the scariest thing in Pikmin. So, Pikmin already has the intimidation factor because all these things are just massive and huge and all that. But Titan Dweevil just kind of takes the cake, you know? Like, that thing's like, ugh, you know? That was really scary. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Titan Dweevil earns A rank, in my opinion. What are you, the Dark Emperor, I believe, from Find Me? I think Dark Emperor gets the job done a little bit better than the Dark Lord. Yeah, it's like, it's the main antagonist of Find Me 2, which is a Street Pass game. You know, crazy enough, I'm gonna put him in C rank with Dark Lord. I think he does the job better than Dark Lord, but not by much. The thing is, it's a Mii antagonist, so it's not gonna be the spookiest thing ever. It's not gonna be the scariest thing ever. In some ways, it could be even viewed as a bit cute, you know? I don't know. Yeah, but I do like Dark Emperor. He actually has a pretty cool design, so yeah, I feel like C rank's pretty good for him. All right, so let's put Grima Ramen back here again. Oh yeah, the original Dark King or whatever. You know, I actually think this guy is more scarier than the Dark Emperor or whatever, or spookier or whatever. It's just he doesn't have a lot of presence in the game. But then again, neither does the Dark Emperor. Why did I put these villains on here? You know, I'll just put him in C, why not? His design is really cool, but there's not a lot of presence to him. And not to mention, he's really easy, so... Do I want to put him in D? I'll put him in D. I feel like that's fair. I know a lot of people are like, what? You put all these villains in D, but you're willing to give him C. Yeah, I'll put him in D. Don't worry. Whizpig. So, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be like, what? Who the heck is Whizpig? He's actually the main antagonist of Diddy Kong Racing. Yeah, Diddy Kong Racing of all things. And I do count that as a Nintendo game, because it is about Diddy Kong. It does have Banjo and Kazooie in it, as well as Conker, but it does have Diddy Kong in it, so that's why I kind of think of it as a Nintendo game. The reason there's not a lot of villains on here is because not a lot, even though they're on the consoles, not a lot of them are Nintendo exclusive. Like, I heard people say, like, put Castlevania on this list, or, you know, just any other Super Smash Bros. Third-party rep. But the thing is, this was exclusively a Nintendo list, you know? So I couldn't, like, just put, like, anything. Like, I couldn't put anything from Banjo-Kazooie, I couldn't put anything from Castlevania. I wanted to stick with Nintendo specifically. So, Whizpig, the thing is, Whizpig... It's why I think it's important to play games instead of just judging from aesthetic, because looking at him, he doesn't look intimidating at all. But the thing is, when you fight him in the game, when you race him, and he's like a massive, like, skyscraper thing. Well, maybe not skyscraper, just the size of a building. Yeah, it's kind of intimidating. Is it the most intimidating thing ever? Probably not. So I'll probably put him in C rank. But as a kid, and just nowadays too, I'm just like, man, you're just massive. And just... when he, you know, when you start the race and he just runs for it, it's like, oh, shoot, you know? I don't know, just something really eerie about Whizpig, so I have to give him his respect. 02. And also, I put this arc because I thought it was adorable, because when I heard that 02 was a villain, I'm like, wait, from Darling in the Franxx, or whatever it's called? And there is art, and it's kind of adorable, so I just wanted to showcase that real quick. Yeah, so 02, that thing is very spooky. From Kirby, just from what I've read, from his aesthetic, I'm gonna put you in S rank, bro. Yeah, I'm sure people will be happy about that. I finally put, like a Kirby thing in S rank. Yeah, 02, man, oh my gosh, like, I'll read the wiki real quick. The true main antagonist of Kirby, the Crystal Shards. Okay, in hindsight, I'm actually looking at the wiki, and it is a bit confusing to explain, and I don't really know anything about the plot, but I don't know, just like from all like the cutscenes I've seen of 02 and just kind of like just the way it's presented. Yeah, 02 is spooky, man. And you know, yeah, it also looks relatively as scary as well. I don't know, S rank is a bit of an anomaly, because I do think S rank needs to have a bit of scariness in there as well, not just spooky, but then again, you also have King Boo and Dry Bones, so, well, I don't know, King Boo can get scary sometimes, not Dry Bones though, but still, like, yeah, I feel like these are like the creme de la creme, where it's like, you know, it could be pretty scary, it's intimidating, and it's very spooky, very Halloween aesthetic going on. Yeah, 02 earns a spot for sure. Ah, and I see we're going to be ending with the spookiest villain of all, Zipper T. Bunny, who earns S rank. Special thanks to my top tier patrons: Liddy Kitty, Bumblebutt, Nancy, Treecko Simp, and Teru XD.